Hello, welcome back to the Odryssian Kingdom campaign. Kicking it off with a battle, the Fury are taking on the garrison at this city. I don't actually remember the name of it. But anyway, it might be a little bit tricky because they outnumber us and they have some very, very good cavalry units. So, hopefully we do well here. It's a little bit less than ideal for me that they're sallying out because they have the cavalry advantage. But we will make it work just fine either way, I'm sure. Now the elephants and the cavalry are all in the reinforcing army. So it's going to take them an extra minute to actually get to my lines, and I'd like to deal with the cavalry and the elephants before I have to deal with the infantry. I'm really hoping the AI doesn't decide to just sit on that hill, but if they do, they do. Let's have a little bit more of a dense formation. We'll keep the archers immediately behind the front line. We will be shooting uphill a little bit, which obviously isn't great. Alright. Now we will put these guys on this flank. With these guys, we'll actually move these guys up just a little bit to kind of protect that corner. And then we'll do the same thing on the opposite side with these troops.
By your command.
Now the cavalry. We do have pretty decent cavalry. I'm just not sure how they stack up against the Seleucid Cav. So let's just play it slow for a minute and see what the AI does.
Sick of battle. I have had enough of death and the loss war brings. I long to go home and see
enemy reinforcements approaching.
I never tire of meeting you, my great warriors. My friends, come, let us wreak havoc.
Oh, that was actually a pretty decent speech. Okay, it looks like the AI is going to go sit on the hill, so we can at least start closing the distance. Let's play this through on fast forward just to get things moving along. Now their hoplite line is much wider than ours, so our hoplites can expect to be flanked. I don't want to go much thinner because my hoplites really aren't, like, they're all just medium. And so where the enemy has some medium phalanx infantry as well, and I know there's some pikes in the reinforcing army, I don't want to go too thin because then they can crack my front line easier. Let's go ahead and move up to here. They do have archers, same as me. And they have 4 of them, same as me. But I would suspect that my Thracian archers at Vet 9 are better than their local archers at Vet 0. I say vet, I mean veterancy, the chevrons. Alright, let's actually go ahead and pop the archers out to the front of the line, and we'll put them on the left side and keep them dense. What I want to do here is focus fire and eliminate one or two of their units as quickly as possible. Their cavalry is starting to go on the move. If we can draw their cavalry into a fight, that's what I would prefer. See, it's these guys I'm intimidated by. Okay, they're turning and shifting, so let's match that. Still haven't seen the elephants just yet. Okay, they're going cav heavy on the left side, so we'll rotate more of our Cappadocian Lancers down there. You guys, go ahead and open fire. Hit the unit that is still first, just so they don't accidentally dodge any of our shots. They've got some Syrian heavy archers lining up on our flank, so I need to be a little bit concerned about that. Let's actually rotate the entire force to more directly match their movements. Now we've almost beaten this unit already. Okay, it's already off the field. If we can win the archer engagement quickly, then that frees our archers up to kill their elephants. And these are the super heavy elephants. I have not gone against anything more than a light elephant unit so far, I don't think. So I am a bit intimidated by these guys. Okay, once we get this unit off the field, we're going to reform our archers a bit so we can have better volley fire. Okay, this unit is actually getting pretty substantially injured, I would imagine, by those Syrian heavy archers. Alright, time to pull back behind the lines, set the phalanx, and get ready to rock. I cannot engage their elephants with cavalry, so I may need to pull one of these hoplite units back off of the front. This is going to be ugly. Okay, let's get out here and get aggressive. Try and eliminate some of these units immediately. Get a charge there and pull these guys back. Okay, where are the elephants so far? I'm gonna need to rotate my general up here.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Okay, archers, I do still need you to shoot. Where are all of their archers? Here. Okay, we need to give an attack order. We need to keep these guys away from the elephants. See if we can get some good damage here. We don't want to chase them too far. Okay, we are going to take some heavy, heavy losses in this fight. Shit. You guys turn around, surround that unit. You guys try and wrap this unit up. See if you can hit these this phalanx infantry on the side.
Our general is under attack.
Let's make sure the hoplites are engaging. Archers, please tell me you're about to kill these Syrians. That's not even the Syrians, oh boy. Okay, we still haven't dealt with the elephants. We're losing decisively to them, so let's pull some spears over to help out. Let's just deal with these as quickly as possible. Okay. You guys can keep chasing that. You guys need to go deal with these Syrians. Okay, we're engaged in the front, so we need to pull back out of that. We've eliminated another unit, but it's time for our archers to focus on more important targets. This is gonna get ugly. Okay, we really don't want these guys to get shot to death, so we need this cavalry to break quickly. Our swords will lose this engagement on the flank. Okay, the elephants have gone berserk, which is not great. Alright, we've done what we needed to out here, though. You guys can go kill their Syrian heavies, and these guys actually need to turn around, because I didn't get a charge there. You guys move around the flank of the pikes. They are just wrapping me up here, so I need to deal with some of this stuff decisively. Bring you guys back over here. Archers, hit those hoplites. Okay, you guys keep working around. You guys keep working on them. Kill the elephants already, please. I need them dead. Okay, we're doing alright on the front line. Not great, but we're doing alright. Start working these guys all the way around. They have dealt with their target. The general is still engaged, so let's try and remove their general from the picture right now. Archers shoot their general. Okay, we're starting to struggle a little bit in some places. Okay, hit the hoplites from both sides. Their general is still standing. Get the nobles in. Cavalry is in even combat, which is somewhat frustrating. We'll let one unit of cavalry go after them and let the other one rotate around. We've massacred those hoplites. It's another unit of spears gone. Let's actually put you guys in phalanx first and then have you engage. You guys can go ahead and back off, come reinforce over here. Okay, we're caught on the pikes, so we need to disengage again. Archers start shooting into their pikes. I need to be real careful with that unit. I cannot believe how long this general is lasting.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Okay, let's try and rout them quickly. Go ahead and give a charge here, and then give a rear charge in just a moment. We'll try and match their unit depth and all of that. Okay, let's go ahead and wrap around with some of these other units. I do need something over here to engage that hoplite. Their general is still on the field. Goodness. Cavalry's finally dealt with the enemy cav. Let's go ahead and pull back out of this because we're losing now. You guys aren't like actually engaged. Let's go ahead and drop you guys into phalanx. You guys get a charge off as well as you can. You guys keep running because we're actually going to turn the cavalry around to help out with the rest of that. Okay, nobody's almost dead. These guys have finished their fight, so they can rotate. These guys I'm not going to put into phalanx because their formation's been breached too heavily. Their archers are still on the field. My archers are out of ammo, so I'm going to start rotating them to get in position for some melee combat. We've cleaned up out there. Let's go ahead and get a charge on as much of this as we can. Rotate the cavalry out and around this flank. And they should start to break pretty soon here. Okay, that unit is shattered, so we will just let the cavalry chase it.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
I don't have any infantry free to engage this hoplite unit from the front just yet. Okay, so they still have these royal, or like these shield bearers or whatever they are. So we need to be a bit cautious with that. Let's go ahead and charge the archers in, except for this injured unit. And then we'll get a rear charge with these guys and follow it with some cavalry. Battle should be over. We will go ahead and let this play out a little bit because I want to eliminate their units completely if I can. I've got to have some cavalry over here, right? Go ahead and chip down those numbers because this army is not actually garrisoned in the settlement right now, so they could run away. So I'll just make sure their heavier elite units are dead and then we'll end it. Right, so our archers did great. I want to see what their Syrian heavy archers did. So that's actually pretty good for the AI, especially because they were shooting into hoplites, not archers, for most of that. We kept their cavalry from being particularly useful. Of course, their generals still did a lot. The elephants were up against our swords, so they got more kills than I should have let them. But our swords held long enough to beat them back when we brought reinforcements. Excuse me. I don't really think we need the money. I think, like, obviously we could use it, but I think I would rather have the public order here. I'd rather start just building that rapidly. So instead of looting, we will just... Oh, I could have looted. That's unfortunate. Oh well. But instead we will... Oh, we're not going to have any food here if we do that. We'll keep that for the public order per turn, just for why not. This army should replenish quite rapidly. These hoplites, some of these units must have gotten in some really good flanks because they got like 200 or 300 kills, which is phenomenal for a medium phalanx infantry up against hoplites. Okay, we definitely didn't need the money desperately though, because we still have over 100,000 in the treasury. Obviously I want to build that up to 200,000 as quickly as possible, but I can afford to wait for a little bit. They now have some heavily injured units. We have a rebellion on our hands next turn. So we'll actually go ahead and just put Grumpy's Guard into a fortified stance for now. I'm not expecting to be attacked, but I'd rather fortify than patrol. Because I don't really know what forces my enemies have in this area that could potentially be in range to ambush me. Now, Funky's fieldmen, we will go ahead and just leave them as they are. There's going to be a rebellion in this province, so we need someone at each city in the province. What I'm thinking I will do is next turn try and move out here and take this city. depending on what kind of replenishment we get here, we should still have plenty of strength available to take on that garrison. But I'd like to take it before Pergamon can. And then I will probably rotate Funky's field men towards Tarsos. It'll take them 2 turns to get there, probably, because of winter upcoming. And they've also got to clear out some of these scattered Seleucid forces. And maybe deal with the rebellion. So they're going to be busy next turn. Candy's Conquerors gets to just keep hanging out for a minute. Glad I looked here, because I definitely need to start building here. I think we can afford to go negative on food in these border provinces, at least for a couple of turns until we've secured more land. Okay, I still don't see any Parthian forces on my borders out here, so I'm feeling okay with leaving the spearmen in patrol for public order. Things still look great up here. The pillagers still just hanging out, kind of playing some rear guard. We're working on getting this cavalry to the front line so we can upgrade our cavalry forces. I may have gone a bit prematurely away from Olbia because the garrison is quite heavily damaged. So I'm actually going to raise a general here, just for a turn or 2, maybe 3, I don't know. Just to try and make sure we don't lose this city. 1 extra general unit can make an enormous difference on defense against a small unit, or a small army like that. Alright, next step, check on the agents as always, just making sure everyone is deployed. Now, the scary part of the campaign, Carthage. What are we doing over here? Oh, do you know what? I needed to check on my fleets real quick, because I think I was hunting some pirates, right? Or did I already do that? Okay, so I'm doing a little bit of recruitment first. And the pirates basically got eliminated anyway. So keep in mind that these 2 fleets, even when they both get up to 20 stacks, I think 2 of them will be roughly evenly matched with 1 Carthaginian fleet in terms of balance of power. Now obviously numerically I'll beat them heavily enough that if it's 2-on-1 I can just ram them to death, but I need to still be cautious with my fleets. Down here I'm not going to take this engagement because I don't need to. I really don't want to fight them while they're fortified because I don't have much available to dislodge them. I have very defensive armies over here. Pikes can be super offensive, but when you're fighting through gaps in the fortifications, the formations get funky and it doesn't work very well. Alright, now let me make sure public order looks positive everywhere. We're going up everywhere except Syria, Mesopotamia, and Galatia. Obviously none of these places can immediately be fixed. Let's make sure I've got my edict squared away in a way that makes me happy. Okay, so I've actually got bread and games going on down here. We definitely need to keep that. Alright, let's see how loyalty's looking. Man, I get like 1 turn done every half hour. That's pretty freaking slow. She's getting old enough that she can get married soon. We don't desperately need to marry people every turn because we don't yet have tons and tons of family members coming of age every turn. So we will go ahead and still let her wait for a little while. We will give her some extra authority and gravitas per turn. Loyalty looks pretty good. Our influence is going up, so what we can do is send her with some money. We won't do it twice just because it starts to cost more. And we will have this guy gather some more support. Because I could actually switch over to an empire. Oh, and I need to recruit a new governor as well. Let's do that here. Because our culture is dominant, but only just, and we really want to start solidifying that. Cultural conversion. Let's have her move down here. She can't deploy this turn no matter what, so I like to just move them away from the cities a little so they're easier for me to see. Alright, now we can... I better check diplomacy too and make sure I'm aware of who I'm at war with. Okay. Bunch of wars that we can't really do a whole bunch about, so we're good to go. I'm actually really not feeling so confident about this one, so let's just go ahead and retreat. If they chase me, that's fine.
Although gold is beneath the notice of Pharaoh, divine master of Egypt, his servants have mortal prosaic concerns.
We'll actually take that. I guess we'll expand east instead of going south and then west into Africa. Now is really not the time to get Pergamon angry with me. So it looks like this Pergamon army actually may have chased these rebels. No, never mind, it doesn't look like that. But we will go ahead and give chase. They will retreat. They can't retreat. Okay, so maybe Pergamon did chase them. We can just auto-resolve that. It's fine to take some losses here. No one unit got particularly injured, so that's perfectly fine. Actually, I didn't lose a single man, I guess. Even better. Okay, public order is going to be terrible here for a while no matter what I do. So I may just jump down here and take Dura as well, and then wipe out the Kidri Confederation. Before I get too heavily committed to that, I want to send my spy down to see if I can discover more of their forces. Okay, so the Kidri Confederation must be at war elsewhere, or must just be losing badly to whoever their current enemies are, because they do not have as many forces here as I would have expected. How does Egypt feel about them? Okay, so the Kidri Confederation is actually quite large, so I will not push the attack on the Seleucids. The reason I would have done that is so that I could secure this province as well, but I don't want to go to war with the Kidri Confederation yet. Parthia, still not really a threat. So over here we can just pull back on defense a little bit.
Move out! You get to work!
We get the replenishment rate and the armor for this army. Or the armor and ammunition for this army. I don't know if this counts as a missile unit since it's an artillery piece. So I don't know if it gets the bonus ammo. But a guy can hope, you know. Okay, we didn't get any replenishment last turn. But we've definitely got the Seleucids on their back foot. Let's go ahead and take this fight. We may not be left with enough movement range to attack the city if they retreat, but I think I would rather take this fight. What kind of force remaining will we have? Yeah, let's go ahead and just auto-resolve it. Yeah, I think instead of taking that city, I'll just move down here and maybe even peace out with the Seleucids at this point. Let's take the aggressive stance to try and keep our reinforcing army from getting involved. And we'll just occupy it. Alright, so the Seleucids have been essentially eliminated. Who else are they at war with? Because I kind of want to peace out with them and regroup right now. Seleucids are at war with everyone under the sun. Yeah, let's see if they will accept peace.
Greetings. Well, do not
Can they afford to pay me for it?
As though with the tongue cut from your head. Speak.
So I would have been shocked if they could.
Yes, it's very nice gold, but the
It's really
portents
unfortunate that I
indicate
can't,
you
like,
never take gold
make them a
from
client
complete
state.
scum.
We'll accept peace there, start to regroup and rebuild, because we definitely need our armies to get back into top form quickly. We still have a lot of wars out here to handle, and we need to be cautious of our western front as well.
For the tribe!
Let's go ahead and back off here and swap out the cavalry. in this army.
Ready for battle. Get the
Because we
stakes
really
out for
need
the
decent
tribe.
cavalry when we're going up against Carthage.
We need good fighters. For the tribe.
Now down here we can go ahead and chase the final remnants of the pirates down.
Your next command. Ready for orders.
Let's actually take some population from Terras this time when we recruit. Our fleets have plenty of movement range available.
Ready for orders.
So let's just go ahead and flesh out the ranks a little more. Now we switch to a defensive stance here. We kind of need to retreat here because the Arverni are moving in with a lot of troops. So let's get back to our land.
Move out.
Now, I'm not at war with the Arverni just yet. As a matter of fact, I'm trading with them. So hopefully they won't attack me. But they're good friends with Carthage, and Carthage and I are obviously not on the best of terms. Okay, we've captured this settlement, so he undeployed. Yeah, instead of moving southwest, I think I'll go southeast now. So I'll start rotating my spies over into Mesopotamia.
I am the knife. What would you have of me?
Even this guy can go over here.
I am a sage. Well, I am a sage of the
Any...
forest.
I don't necessarily need the public order here right now. So let's just go for the income, and now let's get the public order. Okay, you are ready to deploy. Yeah, so we'll regroup, we'll get public order in the green over here, and then maybe now is the time to take on Pergamon. I mean, we definitely need to regroup before we go on the offensive anywhere else.
Thirsty for battle.
But Pergamon is essentially the only faction over it. Well, you know what? We'd have to go back to war with the Seleucids. We'd have to start war with Pergamon and Ephesus and Rhodos and Knossos. But I hate having gaps in my empire. Hate it. So Pergamon has 5 cities, several very strong armies. I'll have to think about that one some more. I might go up against Pergamon next, though. Out here, things look fine. I'm going to double check all of my provinces just to make sure there's not like a destroyed building that I need to reconstruct. Okay, we're letting a couple of buildings finish there. Lots of reconstruction going in that province. Now out here, let's go ahead and wait on that. Let's start to build up our treasury again. As long as public order is positive in most of these places, I'm okay with leaving them alone for a little bit. Still waiting on some construction to finish up there. Banditry is just out of control here. Alright, where was it? It wasn't Sarmatia, it was Bithynia. Now let's go ahead and start upgrading things here. Especially where the tier 2 buildings usually don't have any downsides to them. We should have plenty of food here. We'll see how we feel about that once it gets going. Alright, now 61% influence. This guy has come of age. Go ahead and send him with some gifts this time. And we will send the... You know what? Okay, so she doesn't have enough influence to... have an arranged marriage. She has just barely too little influence. But you know what? We don't want to marry into their family anyway. To heck with them. We want our own people. Well, we'll do that to counteract the negatives that he brings. We'll go ahead and just end the turn there. Just kidding. Well, I was very foolish with my fleet movement and didn't keep them in range to reinforce each other. So we have to retreat out of this.
Retreat!
Hopefully we go far enough.
Our voyage is done!
Thank goodness. You know what? I think I will go toe-to-toe against Pergamon. So this army on its way through can actually start recruiting. It's interesting that my auxiliary unit comes from my warrior population. Usually they come from foreigners. Let's go for a heavy-hitting army. We have a lot of cavalry here. We're going to want to swap that out because I think I want this to be a little bit of a siege army. So let's just get a bunch of really hard-hitting infantry. We can swing over here and grab some artillery, because we've still got probably another 10, maybe even 15 turns before we start war with Pergamon. We might even have 10 to 15 turns before we start breaking our treaties with them. Now, before I forget, I need to reunite my fleets. And do you know what? We can actually maybe even engage this fleet. So we would have 44 units available versus their 20. They'll undoubtedly retreat. Incredible. It just doesn't get old. Okay, all of our important ships are already positioned for ramming. So we'll start the battle, let them come to us a little bit.
Our reinforcements have arrived.
Unfortunately, we have gotten the garrison reinforcements first. So let's actually just send them straight off the battlefield. We don't want them. All right. Let's use a little bit more depth this time. Okay, and we will get to work on eliminating their ships as rapidly as we can. We'll just give mass attack orders for now and see what happens. Crunch. Second ship should end them. And there we go, off around to the next target. Okay, they've interrupted several of our ramming attempts over here. Let's just cut straight through and see what we can do. Actually, we'll see if we can hit that instead. We don't have anyone targeting this ship, so we will send someone after him.
An entire unit has perished.
Okay. Unfortunately, that's part of naval battles in Rome too. You're just gonna lose a lot of guys to ramming. Let's make sure the troops keep coming. Definitely gonna have to stop things for a minute so I can get back in control of which ships are doing what. This poor dude is going down. Yep, one hit.
An entire unit has perished.
This guy is seemingly completely stuck. Can we get another ram there and finish that guy off? We'll see. Okay, over here, how are things looking? Honestly, not great. We're not managing our ships particularly well right now.
An entire unit has
We are doing
perished.
quite a bit of damage though. Hopefully more than we're receiving. It's kind of hard to tell at times. That ship is backwards. Okay, so all of these other ships seem to be stuck. Gonna lose another one here.
An entire unit has perished.
Okay, they're actually managing to go toe-to-toe with us pretty well, which is a bit disappointing. Are they boarding us here? What is going on? Well, here goes another ship. Okay, so this is a pretty severe setback for us, but not the end of the world. Actually, let's just run you straight through. You can do the ram here. We should still win this, but this is way heavier losses than I was hoping to take. Okay, I guess you can just keep pretending to hit them. You boost on over there and try and take them out. Hate how the unit tracking works with selecting ships. Kinda drives me crazy. You just keep doing your thing over here. If they're gonna sit there and let you ram them, then just keep doing it. I don't know why you have turned sideways instead of ramming.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Okay, they're boarding us, so we're probably going to lose this whole unit. Those guys are stuck in place. These guys are about to die. Man, the fact that they just completely wipe our ships in one ram. It's crazy. I may have actually found a way to lose this one, you
The men
guys.
are wavering.
Yeah, of course they're wavering. They're gonna die. I swear I put them on ramming mode ages ago. Okay, we're starting to clean them up, finally. Let's see if he can make that turn. Probably won't be able to, but we can at least try. My general's ships had better not die in one hit right here. That's as fast as my ships can go. Look at how slow they are by comparison. One shot? Oh, we actually managed to avoid any damage there, which is shocking. Nah, this ship's gonna die. These guys are all kind of just in a clusterfuck and not actually doing anything I need them to. That's gonna hurt,
An
though.
entire unit has perished.
Okay, yes, this is very poor troop ship management, but still. Carthaginian ships are seeming way too strong right now. Killing all of my ships in one hit. Oh, come on, he's 99% damage. Come on, finish him off. Okay, we'll try and bounce around some of these ships.
An entire unit has perished.
Jeez, this is a ridiculous battle. Why has this ship just basically stopped?
Our general is under attack.
Actually, we need to start sending some of these guys around this direction. Okay, you are under pursuit. Drag them into your allies. You guys turn all the way around here. Just need this admiral to survive, that's all I
One of our
want.
units has used all its ammunition.
If they even manage to ram me here. I've been trying to ram that ship for so long. Alright, well, when we outnumber them by double the amount of ships, we can just barely get away with a win. Let's actually make sure these guys sink, too.
Ready, willing, and able. Crewed by warriors and ready.
Pretty sure the Carthaginian ships are just way faster than mine, but we gotta give it a try. Yeah, alright. Alright, well, we did end up coming off better than them, but my ships are at such an enormous disadvantage. They can one-hit ram most of my ships with most of their ships. So even having an enormous numerical advantage doesn't help as much as I want it to. Alright, well, at least we got the win. That'll set them back for, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 turns. It'll set me back probably twice as much.
Fleet ready!
I'm shocked that these guys aren't replenishing. It's not like I don't have enough population here.
For the tribe!
Alright, well, let's wander over here and see if we can get some replenishment and some recruitment started again.
Waiting for a new course. Your orders? Ready for orders! We need good, strong men.
We'll actually drop this fleet back over here,
Go, God's
just so we can
Persia!
maximize the amount of recruitment we do per turn. Alright, and we will end this episode here.